In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to scale your mobile detailing business to $30K a month in 2025. And this is a full-length mobile detailing business course for absolutely free. And no, this isn't your typical wash more cars video. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to transform from a burnt-out technician working 50 plus hours a week, making $5K a month, into running a $30K a month operation with systems, teams, and the freedom to work on the business rather than inside it. This video will show you the exact step-by-step process you need to follow. That way you never need to watch another video on how to scale your mobile detailing business again. Let's get right into it. The very first thing you guys need to start doing is leveraging higher ticket services. And the biggest mistake I see new detailers make is trying to scale with basic interior and exterior details. And here's the truth. If you're the guy doing the $100, $200, $300 jobs, you're gonna always be chasing the next job, and you can only work so many hours in a day. There's a ceiling on how much you can make due to how low the ticket is of this specific service. So instead, you have to start leveraging these higher ticket services, stuff like ceramic coating, stuff like paint corrections. I'm not saying abandon these basic interior details or exterior details, because it's the foundation of your business. It's what you started with, it's what most people need. But at the end of the day, you guys need to start anchoring down the higher ticket services. That way you're gonna be the most profitable and your time's gonna be respected much more. And here's exactly how I made that transition. First of all, I mastered the skill of ceramic coatings and paint corrections. I took a couple of weeks practicing on my own car, on family's car, and completely mastered the skill. That way I can offer a good service, because obviously you can't offer the service if you haven't mastered it first, or if it's not a decent, good quality service. And then after that, I started marketing towards the service, obviously. So I started creating meta ads for the ceramic coatings and for the paint corrections, creating custom ad scripts that are going to convert well. I would research what my competition is putting out and pretty much mimic what they're doing, because why reinvent the wheel? I would rather already do what works and learn from somebody else who's clearly doing good. So I created good ad creatives, and then once the leads started to come in, I was able to close a lot of the deals. And obviously you're not going to close as much as a basic interior and exterior detail, because that's a lot higher ticket. Not as many people are going to say yes. It's going to take a lot more fewer people to say yes than somebody to say yes to a $100 detail versus a $1,000 detail. But once you start closing these deals, you're going to be doing the jobs, collecting the money. And also another benefit of these is when you're doing these high ticket services, these $1,000 jobs, these $2,000 jobs, you can tell them after the service, hey, you already spent this much money, let's get you on the monthly maintenance plan. So then you're maximizing your monthly recurring revenue as well, and you're going out every single month and taking care of the coating, because most people are going to say yes. Why would they spend this much money just to not take care of it following a couple of months, year, whatever it is? Now this is the exact shift you guys need to start making in order to maximize the profits and also respect your time within the business. That way you can work more on the business rather than inside it, which is the whole goal. This is why you're watching this video. The very next thing you guys need to start doing is creating systems and SOPs. You can't scale without them, period. And yes, when you're just starting out, it's easy to run everything out of your head. What products you use, how to do an interior detail, even how do you talk to clients. Here's the problem. It only exists in your head and nowhere else. It's stuck inside of your head. So it can't grow anywhere past you. That's where systems and SOPs come in. Think of it as an operating manual for the business. They make your results more consistent, you're able to train employees much faster, and it frees a lot of time from you being chained to every single job. And here's how it looked for me. At first, I felt like every single car I was reinventing the wheel. Now, all of my systems and SOPs contain maintenance program systems, hiring and training systems, software systems, all the software we use in the business, all the marketing systems, inventory management, all the team roles and responsibilities, payment and pricing, all that information, every single thing to the dime of what it includes, what it is, how much it costs, all of that stuff. The procedures on how to do the actual services, so step by step, what it looks like to actually do the job. That way we can show new employees when they first get onboarded. And then lastly, it's all the products and all the equipment we use inside the business. So I have links to absolutely everything within the business that we use throughout a day-to-day operation. And to be brutally honest with you guys, most detailers and even some of you guys are going to eventually burn out from a lack of systems and SOPs within your business. Because a lot of people, and maybe even some of you, thinking working the hardest is going to get you to these 10, 20, 30, 40K a month. Without SOPs or systems, the moment you get busy within the business, chaos takes over. So overall, these systems are going to allow you to delegate without losing quality within the business, which at the end of the day is essential for scaling. The very next thing you guys need to implement and understand is the basic marketing foundations. Most detailers think posting a couple of before and after photos on their Instagram or a couple cool reels are going to bring them in steady clients. But the truth is, it's not, and it looks like shit. There are a few basic foundations that a lot of you guys, if you set them up right, will bring you in clients on autopilot. taking no work of yours, just having leads funnel in without you doing absolutely anything. Number one, your Google business profile. The number one tool most detailers do not utilize. And first of all, if you're not even on Google, you're invisible. Nobody knows who you are. You're not going to scale. It's pretty much impossible to get traction or any leads without having a presence on Google. So you guys need to go in, first of all, create the Google business profile if you already haven't. Put in all your photos that you've worked on, every single job that you've ever worked on, upload to your Google business profile. And one secret trick that a lot of people don't know is actually geotagging the photos. So what I mean by that is going into your Photos app, go to the picture of the car you worked on, click on that 3 little dots, go to the bottom there, where it says adjust location, and put in an address within your targeted area that you want to market towards. So if, for example, if you're in Denver, Colorado, you would go to a random house in Denver, click on the address in Google Maps, and put that address to the photo in the adjust location settings inside of the photo. So Google is going to promote you a lot more to these areas that you want to target. A lot of people don't know about this, but I've seen people who've never geotagged a photo not get any leads, not get any tractions, and all they do is upload 50, 75 photos, all geotagged in their target location, and they're getting automatic leads overnight. A lot of people have not tapped into this yet. Another thing you guys can be doing within the Google business profile is turning on your hours to 24 hours open. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, wait, what? I'm not open 24 hours. And no, I don't mean you're gonna be doing details at midnight or 3 a.m. The reason for that being is for those people who are going on Google searching mobile detailing near me at 8, 9, 10, 11 p.m. All these businesses who are closed, Google's not going to promote them. Google's not going to rank them high. Therefore, the customer's not going to know who you are. They're not going to see you. They're not going to be able to call you or fill out a form. But when you're set to 24 hours open, Google's going to rank you higher because they think you're open. It's going to be a lot more convenient as they think to the customer. So they're more likely to promote you higher, which in turn gets you a free booking or a free call or whatever that may be. A lot of people don't utilize it, but that's the number one thing you guys should change inside your Google business profile. And pretty much the last thing I would touch on in the Google business profile kind of area is you guys need to be maximizing your reviews. Every single job you guys go to, you guys need to be getting a 5-star review. And the system that I use is after every single job, I have a little flyer that I use, which has a little barcode on it, a nice picture. I go up to the client right before the payment. I do it before the payment. I say, hey, while I get cleaned up here, can you just leave a quick review? Just scan this barcode. It'll take 5 seconds. You don't have to leave anything fancy. Just a nice 5-star review for us. It's the best way for us to grow. Sometimes I'll be like, yep, perfect, doing it right now. I'll clean up, meet back with them, say, hey, is that posted? Always 100% make sure it's posted because a lot of time they just forget. If not, if they're like, hey, I'll do it later, hey, I'll do it tonight, I'm really busy right now, they're lying to you. They're not going to get it done. Top of their priority list is not leaving a review for a mobile detailing company. So in that case, I'll just go ahead and say, hey, if you can fill it out right now, it'll take 30 seconds. I'll just take $10 off your total. Boom. That's an easy way to start maximizing reviews from every single job, which is going to then be able to scale the company way further and also build trust and authority within your community. The second thing you guys need to implement is basic and local SEO. No, you don't have to be an SEO nerd. You don't have to know everything about technology or Google or any of that stuff. You just need to make sure your site and Google listings mention the right things. You need to be making sure you have as much keywords as possible. So stuff like mobile detailing in your city, ceramic coatings in your city, maximizing keywords all throughout your Google business profile and website. So stuff you can put in is the Q&As within the business profile, your description, your website, everything within your website. I have a marketing company do it for me personally because I don't want to be spending all that time doing all the little things in order to rank me higher. So I choose to go with a marketing agency. But if I were you guys, for now, I would just do the basics and just maximize keywords throughout your whole business profile and also your website. So if you're not ranking within the top 3, maybe 4 slots, you're not going to get any leads. So this is why it's so important to do these little things. That way you're ranking higher. The third thing I'm going to touch on is your social media presence. I bet you a lot of you guys, like I mentioned earlier, are posting before and after pictures, filthy before and afters of stains or dog hair. And the reason why I recommend to go as far away from these as possible is when you're posting these filthy cars, dog hair stains, all these transformations, oh my God, look how much better it looks. This is going to get me so many clients. It's the absolute opposite. You're going to be attracting the worst types of clients. When you're posting cars with filthy pet hair and stains, what is that going to attract? More clients with the exact same conditions of their car. And you're going to have to be dealing that over and over. And nobody wants to be dealing with these types of cars. So instead, you guys should be posting high quality reels of your process during detailing. So go when you have a nice car, get a professional filmer, invest into the quality of the work, and make sure your social media presence is there. That way, when a client sees your page and they come across it, they're going to be impressed. They're going to say, hey, this is a very well put together video. They're working on this nice Porsche. Let me go ahead and check out their website. And that's going to attract a good type of client that you actually want to service. Once you nail these basics and master the foundations I just went over, you guys are going to be able to get consistent leads coming through without having to do any work. Most of it will be on autopilot, which in turn is going to save you guys a bunch of time within the business. The next thing you guys need to focus on is leadership development. Most detailers think scaling just means hiring people. But leadership is what actually makes or breaks your team. If you don't know how to lead, if you don't know how to set by example, your employees aren't going to stay with you, and your business will never grow, and it'll never grow past you. Leadership starts with setting the standards. You can't expect a new employee to care about quality and customer service as you used to, because nobody's ever going to care about the business as much as you do, period. That's just how it works. So in this first few weeks of when you guys are hiring these people, you guys need to lead by example. And what I mean by that is go out on a couple of jobs with them. And when you're on these jobs with them, make sure you guys are leading by example and doing the worst and most unenjoyable possible tasks. Maybe stuff that you wouldn't do every detail, the stuff that sucks, the stuff that nobody wants to do. Because when a new employee sees the owner doing these tasks that are annoying, that are not fun, that most of the time you don't want to do, it's gonna motivate them. It's gonna be able to lead them. You're setting a standard for them. They're seeing this and say, hey, the owner, who is the highest role in the company, is doing this most unenjoyable task. Let me go ahead and do that. That's going to motivate me to do this. So that's the number one thing, especially on these new hires, is you need to be setting the standard. You need to be leading by example. When you focus on becoming a better leader and prioritizing culture within your company, not only are you going to notice how much your company can scale in terms of revenue, but you're also going to build the most long-term stability, which is also one of the most important things inside of the business. The next thing I want you guys to focus on is marketing optimization. And I know we touched on marketing foundations a little bit earlier in this video, but now that you're making all this money, you guys want to delegate the role of marketing to a professional, proven agency who does this for a lot of mobile detailers. Reason being is, yes, high cost per day meta ads and Google campaigns work, but only if they're set up and optimized by people who live and breathe this kind of stuff. A strong professional agency that can kind of keep your marketing up to par with all of the other competing companies around you is going to be one of the most important things you have to do. Because at this point in time, you guys aren't going to be able to have the time of day to be maximizing your marketing. It's really hard to have top of the line marketing yourself. You have to really learn the skill. It takes a long time. So in my case, I would much rather prefer to pay somebody to do all of that so I can invest my time inside of other roles and areas in the business that are going to have much more importance to me. Now we're in the 20 to 30K a month phase. And in this phase, the number one thing I want you guys to focus on is maximizing your monthly recurring revenue. And what this looks like for me is getting people on maintenance schedules. And so what this looks like is after a detail, you go up to the customer, you pitch them on your maintenance schedule. You say, hey, how often do you like driving a new car? Whatever they say. And then you hit them back with hey, we actually do offer a maintenance schedule. It's not a subscription, nothing like that. We can come out every week, bi-weekly, monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months to make sure your car's clean at the time that you want it clean. And you're gonna get it at a discount price. This way, you guys are gonna always be having leads that you don't have to really hustle for. You're gonna look down 3 months down the schedule and you're already gonna have clients that you didn't have to hustle for, you didn't have to get from Google, you didn't have to get from Meta. So it's just gonna be a lot easier and it's gonna stack up, especially through the winter. So when you're in the winter, and marketing obviously is gonna slow down the winter, obviously not significantly, but it is gonna be slower. You're gonna be able to go and have all these steady clients, and it's gonna be easy to forecast throughout the winter. Say, hey, I have 10 clients this month that are on the monthly plan. We already know how much we already have scheduled for December, even though we're in September. We already know what we have on the schedule for December in terms of maintenance plans. So it's a lot easier to forecast what you guys are going to be able to do during the winter or the whole year. And one little tip I'll give you guys regarding these maintenance schedules is whenever you've completed a couple services for them, so that may mean 3 months if you're on a monthly plan and you've serviced them 3 times already, I like to go up to them and say, hey, you're going to end up paying about $4,000 this year if you continue with this plan. If you wanted to pay right now, we'll call it $3,000. I have them pay in PIF $3,000. That way I'm already having the money. Yes, I'm losing out on $1,000, but I don't have to risk them when it gets to winter. They're not canceling on me, and I already have that. They're kind of locked in for the whole year. And so I really like to do that and dial down with that on all my maintenance customers. That way we're maximizing the profits and we're not risking anybody canceling on us during the winter. The next thing I want you guys to focus on when you're in this 20 to 30K a month phase is organizational systems. And what I mean by that is having CRM systems, having stuff like legal structures and contracts in place, and tracking KPIs for your employees. And so more specifically, the number one thing you guys should have set up is a CRM to track all of your leads. You need to have this period. You need to be following up with your leads accurately. You need to be able to maximize the most out of every single lead that comes through your pipeline. So first, what I would do is go high level, set up the CRM, and then create all your pipelines. Like I said, the follow-up text 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That way you're going to be able to track your leads and also track your revenue, profit, all these little kind of stats, you could call them, that way you're accurately tracking. And then also you can know what you need to improve on, dial the leads faster. And this is also going to be important later down the line when you end up hiring a sales rep as well. Also at this time, you guys should set up QuickBooks, make sure all your accounting is lined. So yes, this is the boring stuff, but if you guys truly do want to scale to these 30K months, you guys need to have the boring stuff in line. You guys need to have the organization systems. You guys have to have all the contracts, all of the terms and conditions, all that stuff. Even though, again, it is boring, it is really crucial at this point in the business. And the very last thing that you guys need to do when you're in this 20 to 30K a month phase is focus on advanced team structure. And so what this kind of looks like for me and what it would look like for you guys is, number one, hiring a sales rep. I kind of just talked about it, but you guys need to be hiring a sales rep because, again, it comes down to time. You want to be delegating your time. That way you can focus on other parts of the business that are more important. Then lastly, I would go ahead and get a VA from the Philippines or any of these third world countries. You can pay them really cheap, $5 to $10 an hour at the most, and you guys are going to be able to have them take care of all the tasks that you don't want to manage. So creating all the systems and SOPs, building all of those out, making sure they're on top of ordering all the products that you guys are running out of. You're just kind of come out of the system. You don't have to do all the tedious little tasks, online tasks that you didn't want to do before. And so I have my VA, again, order all the chemicals and stuff, making sure they're keeping track of inventory, stuff like that. And then also the number one thing I use them for is building out all of my systems and SOPs. I'm always creating new systems and SOPs. I mentioned earlier how important it is, but it is time consuming and I would rather pay somebody else to do it. Again, a common theme throughout this whole video is delegating your time efficiently. And so this is why a VA isn't so important, because they're going to be able to do all these tasks for you. That way you're not going to be focusing on these little tedious tasks that are taking away from your time again. But this is very, very crucial. Getting these two employees, I guess you could call them, is going to be able to take your business much further and free up tons of time. And the timeline for this is pretty simple. Months 1 through 2, I would focus on leveraging the higher ticket services we talked about rather than focusing on the basic services. Then months 3 to 4, I would focus on hiring your first employee, focusing on leadership, and then also optimizing your marketing to the fullest. And then months 5 to 6, I would build recurring revenue in advanced systems. That way you're maximizing your profits every month and you're staying organized within your business. The key is implementing these in order, not trying to do all of this at once and have your plate full and drive yourself crazy. Do these things in order and be smart. Look, I get it. There's a lot here to process and implement. And if you guys are feeling a bit overwhelmed or maybe have a couple of questions or just want to chat about a specific situation, feel free to shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'm always down to help fellow detailers out to figure out their next steps. My Instagram is in the description below. So just send me a DM and just let me know your biggest challenges right now. I try to respond to everybody personally. And make sure to like this video so you can easily find it again. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on scaling your detailing business. And I'll see you guys again soon. Peace out.